Yeah, I didn't want to leave, I was talking about, I left the segment saying war criminals, and I don't want to leave the impression that I am anti-military, because I come from a military family as well. Mm-hmm. My grandfather was a merchant marine. My two cousins served in the Navy. My cousin that has been to this show many times is a wounded veteran, mm-hmm.
who
almost lost his life in the Army. But the point is that, you know, I do give the benefit of the doubt to people who have served, but you know, Chelsea Manning served as well. So there have been people that have served who has, but there have been people who have served that, you know, have not done
Do you know who's
great
the good
things.
example of that? Benedict Arnold was a general in the American Revolution. Just saying.
But for me,
to that point.
One thing that's lauded at my family is that my father was a war criminal, because while he was being tortured, he conceded that he had committed war crimes because he was being tortured to the point of broken. So throwing around the word war crime for me is something that's very intense, something that, by the way, I'm still dealing with today, because al-Baghdadi was, look at my Twitter feed, there's lots of conspiracy theories being thrown around about lots of soldiers in lots of different contexts, and I think it is very, very dangerous. You better have some proof, one way or the other, before you start throwing things like that around.
That it's just as dangerous to put a broad stroke over any group of people, whether they be a non-white group, a Hispanic group, or veterans, anybody.
Again,
there's no such thing as everybody. There's no such thing.
But I think, again, my brother deployed when I was 19 to Iraq, and he was 17, and my parents had to sign a slip for him to go early. And for me, the freedoms that we take advantage of and take for granted here, which I think I myself am guilty of that as well, I will always give the benefit of the doubt to a veteran, and maybe that's just a cultural difference between
Well, this is why we revere the Army and people in the service. We do. And we also revere the fact that we are trying to preserve the freedoms that they fight for and that have fought for us. This is why when we talk against Trump, who I believe to be unpatriotic and treasonous himself, we are actually being patriotic. People have to understand that.
But the point of
protest is patriotic.
Yes, I said that yesterday, but Colonel Vindham, who is testifying today, the unit of the reason why we're having this conversation is that his character is being attacked by Laura Ingraham and other people on the right. And the point that I was trying to make is it is something that is being thrown around, in my opinion, bipartisanly on both sides about our veterans and people who have served. And to me, it is one of the scariest parts about living in America today. And he deserves better respect. Tulsi Gabbard deserves respect. The Khans deserve better respect. And my dad deserves better respect.
I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. And it's well said. And I think a lot of us are in the same place in that. But we're at this place in history where people on both sides are putting their party before this country. What do we stand for?
I agree with that.
So when we're talking
I don't see that.
You don't see that?
That the Democrats are putting the party, they're having impeachment inquiries against somebody who puts
let me finish.
corruption against this country.
Well, we can disagree on that, but you can see it. You can see it everywhere. But when we talk about this Ukraine call, take the politics out. I beg people to do that, because this is going to set a precedent for the way that we do foreign policy, the way that we conduct ourselves, what we stand for years and years to come.
Nobody at the table is questioning the Ukrainian call.
No, I'm saying I'm frustrated because I don't understand how Republicans, for example, can't see that as a problem, where you're either silent on it or you're now saying that this guy, Vindham, who is an absolute hero for this country right now, speaking out, you're saying that he's now a spy. I just don't know how we're in this place. When did it become more important for you to find a talking point to support this president and your party than it is to do what's right for all of us, collectively, as a country, for the people that fight for us?
But you know what the reason is, Abby? The reason is that the party is getting what it wants. Low taxes, anti-abortion, all the things that they want, all the judges. So they overlook everything.
It's everywhere. What do you mean it's everywhere?
It's not everywhere, no.
Well, you're saying Democrats never put their
not right now, they're not.
I don't think you can claim a false equivalency at this point in time. At this point in time, Abby. Yeah.
Well, I think the Ukrainian call.
What's your argument for that?
Look at Adam Schiff, for example. Why have we not had impeachment hearings start already?
Adam Schiff?
We're starting them on
There's
Thursday.
an investigation going on.
I mean, to Megan's point, if you go on Twitter, I saw yesterday, too, conspiracy theories all over on the left side.
But there's an investigation going on.
Well, you know what? This is why I try to explain to you, stay off Twitter.
Really?
Because that is not your...
I hate it every time I go on.
Because Twitter, I'm just going to say why. Because...
I'm sorry, just that the conspiracy theory about my dad rose to a level that his office actually had to put out a statement about it.
No, I'm aware. I'm aware. That's why, listen.
Sometimes you can't.
Yeah, you can.
No, I don't go on Twitter. I don't, but it's...
Because Twitter, you can find whatever you want to find on Twitter. Everything. You can find how I'm the worst person in the world and scum of the earth, and then I'm the best person in the world and not so much scum of the earth.
But
it is, and when we start to look to get our information about what's going on from Twitter, it becomes an issue because it's not normally about the truth on Twitter, as you know. It's about, well, this must be happening because I saw this and this. It becomes about a whole bunch of
But I think that's
stuff.
why we're having so many conversations right now, like people like Andrew Yang and Elizabeth Warren, about big tech's influence in politics in general, and about the, yes?
But we're hearing presidential policy on Twitter because the president uses Twitter to announce that he's leaving.
I know what I did see on Twitter yesterday that
problem.
was positive and who is a hero amongst all of us is the dog that was involved in taking
I'm
down
glad we
this.
can bring the dog
Go
into
ahead.
the
They got in my ear telling me to bring it up. So
No,
go ahead.
go ahead. You started it.
All right,
Go
well,
ahead and
the
finish.
president tweeted, and we want to salute the brave soldier. He chased down al-Baghdadi down the tunnel and got injured in the blast. The dog is recovering. We don't know the name or the gender. But it was just a moment where you're reminded it's not just humans, it's dogs that they're fighting.
I just have to ask this question.
Yeah.
What do they think will happen if they tell us his name?
I don't know.
I know.
I'm not
What's
sure.
going to happen?
It says, you know.
They could trace it back to the soldiers. They could trace it back to the unit.
He could just say his name is Rin Tin Tin, right?
I mean, you could, yeah.
So,
I mean,
so it actually is very dangerous. It's a
just-
national security concern because it traces back to the
Well, then
unit
why show its
and then the
picture?
soldiers.
Why not just tell us that
people,
about the
people
well,
called it into question because of that.